For this video, we are going to be doing algebraic expression, and I'm going to tell you guys when to pause the video and you can start copying. So please make sure to listen. I'm going to say pause the video and copy everything on the slide. So if I don't say that one, you don't have to copy the slide. Okay, so algebraic expression, write the date today. And the topic is again algebraic expression. Please write down the topic. It's April 12, 2021 for today. Key concepts, description of variable, coefficient, and algebraic expression, the difference between coefficient and constant, and evaluate algebraic expression. So we're actually going to be focusing on the evaluate the algebraic expression. Of course, we need to know what is variable, coefficient, and algebraic expression, really important things, but this is our main focus for this week. So now one thing I want you guys to note, no need to copy this slide. So we don't have to copy this slide. So let's go on the next slide. Okay, so definition. A variable is a symbol, usually a letter, that is used to represent a number. And a coefficient is a number that multiplies a variable. So example, we have in here 3x. So usually we read that one as 3x, but there's another way to read it. The variable in here is the x, and the coefficient in here is 3. So now you can pause the video and copy everything in there. Okay, hopefully you guys have copied everything here now. So let's try to continue. So more examples. So I have in here negative 5y to the third power, or y cubed. The variable is y. So again, so that's the variable. And the coefficient is negative 5. Next example, we have in here m. We see m. So it's pretty obvious what's the variable in here. It's m. That's the variable. Now we don't see a number here, correct? We don't see a number on this part. That is because if you don't see a coefficient, the coefficient is just 1. So now that's one thing you have to remember. If you don't see a number beside it, just think of it as the coefficient is 1. So this one, pause the video and copy everything that you see in here, even the arrows, even everything that you see in this slide. So now let's continue. Hopefully you've copied everything. So now let's try to practice identify the variable and the coefficient for each algebraic term. So in here, I want you guys to pause the video and copy everything. All right, so hopefully you guys have copied everything now. So you are going to fill in the answer together with me on this problem. So in this case, we have first, this is example number 1, 5x. So the variable is x and the coefficient is 5. All right. Now for the next example, we have negative 4y raised to the 7th. Make sure to write down the answer. The variable is obviously y. And the coefficient is not just 4, but negative 4. For the next one, we have here negative 101m. The variable is obviously m. And the coefficient is negative 101. So now maybe you guys are going to be asking now, Miss, but this is so confusing because look at the next number. It's z raised to the 10th power. So the variable is obviously z. Now what is the coefficient? So remember the coefficient is, you see it somewhere here on the left side of the variable. So this one, the coefficient is 1 because you don't see any number beside it. So hopefully you guys remember that one again. So lastly, we have here the variable is. So just look at the letter. It's letter B. So now in here, what number do you see? Oh, miss, but I do see a negative number in here. So this one is just actually the same thing as negative 1b. So in here, the coefficient is negative 1. So hopefully you filled in your table of values together with me. If not, you can pause the video and then copy all of the answers. And then we're going to continue now on the next slide. Okay, I want you guys to pause the video and then I want you guys to copy everything on this slide. Okay, hopefully you guys have paused the video and you've copied everything in here. So in here we have here an algebraic expression is a mathematical phrase that includes one or more numbers, variables, and operations. So example, we have here 3x plus 4. So this one, we have in here 3x and then 4. Those are 2 or more variables and numbers and operation. We do have in here operation, which is addition. The next one we have 2x minus 5y plus c. So what are operations in here? We have minus, we have addition. There's also multiplication that you'll see later on. Next is we have example x, y, z. The operation here is multiplication, but that is kind of like, miss, this is so confusing, right? So let's go on the next slide. On the next slide, what we're going to see is how do we know what are the operation? So in here for this, to identify operations in algebraic expressions, you need to know how they look like, right? So here are the algebraic expression on this side. This is what they mean, or this is how you can read them, and the operation. So for example, this, we actually read this one as 8 times z. So obviously the operation there is multiplication. The next one that we have here, we have 8 over z. As you can see, the operation is 8 divided by z. So that is definition. Of course, there are many ways to also write it down, but it's very common that this is how we write down the division in algebraic expression, 8 over z. Next thing is we have obviously 8 plus z, which is addition. And then z minus 8, so that is, sorry about that one, we're going to have to change that into subtraction. I do apologize on that. And then now you can pause the video and copy everything in this slide. So please make sure to copy everything on this slide. Okay, let's proceed now on our next lesson. So for our next lesson on this slide, let me discuss it first and then I'll let you guys have time. So evaluating algebraic expression, there are 3 things that you want to remember here. First, you want to write the algebraic expression, or usually rewrite the algebraic expression. Next, substitute values on the variable. And then lastly, simplify. So you perform the order of operations. Remember, for the last 3 weeks, we've been doing perform the order of operation. So this is what it is for. So let's now pause the video and copy everything here. Okay, hopefully you guys have finished copying the video. So now, the slides, sorry about that one. It doesn't have to be colored, by the way, as long as it is in order. Again, this is the first step, second step, and third step. I think I have like 5 examples. So we're almost done with the video. So let's have in here. So example, evaluate the expression when x is equal to 2. So I'll give you time again. Just listen first. So algebraic expression is 6x. So what you want to do, so this means 6 times x. So the next thing I'm going to do is substitute 2 on x. So therefore now, see how like the x variable is now replaced with 2 because it says here, we're going to let x be equal to 2. So now I'm going to perform the operation by simplifying it. So therefore, the final answer is 12. So you can pause the video and copy everything now. Make sure to copy everything with the arrows. Everything. All right, next example. Again, listen first before you're going to be copying anything. So again, the rule here is to evaluate the expression when x is equal to 2. So in here we have the algebraic expression x plus 7. So this one we do read it as x plus 7, or you can even say x added with 7 or 7 added to x, but the most common thing is x plus 7. So now the next thing that we're gonna do, substitute 2 on x. So therefore I'm gonna have in here 2 plus x. But see how like Miss LeBron, what she does is she puts it inside the parentheses. I always include the parentheses because it tells me I substituted 2 to x. And then I'm going to perform the operation to simplify it. So 2 plus 7 is 9. So this is the final answer for this example. You can pause the video and copy everything. Okay, let's proceed again. So now we have here, evaluate the expression again when x is equal to 2. So I have in here the algebraic expression 8 minus x. So with this, it means obviously 8 minus x, we're doing subtraction. So the next thing I'm going to do is to replace x, substitute x with 2. And then I'm going to have in here then 8 minus 2. So again, as you can see, what Miss LeBron did, I still put it inside a parentheses. You're going to know how important this is. And then as you can see, obviously, what every time you substitute the variable with a value, everything else you copy, right? So 8 minus, and then the x, you just replace it with 2. And then you perform the operation to simplify it. So I'm going to have in here 8 minus 2 is 6. You can pause the video and copy everything. Now, maybe your question is it always going to be, x equals 2? Of course, it's not. The value of the variable can be different stuff, and that's what we're going to be having tomorrow in our class, but this one again, just giving you guys very easy problems first. So in here, we evaluate the expression again with x equals 2. So algebraic expression is 2 divided by x. So this, you can read it that way, 2 divided by x, or you can even say 2 over x, but the operation is division. So with this, I'm going to replace x with 2 and copy everything else. So 2 divided by 2, or you can look at it this way, or just 2 over 2. They mean the same thing. So now I'm going to have in here simplify. So what's 2 over 2? That's going to be 1. So you can pause the video and copy everything now. So hopefully you have copied everything on this slide. So now let's try this. So see, in this example, we do have in here, evaluate the expression when A is equal to 4 and B is equal to 3. So it is possible to have more than one expression, variable. And it is fine as long as, again, you guys understand the idea of substituting. So with this one, I'm going to have in here then, we read this one as A plus B. And then I'm just going to replace A with 4 and B with 3. So substitute the values. So see now in here, I'm going to have 4 plus 3. I can still put it inside the parentheses, and as you can see, I bring down everything else. That doesn't really change. So the plus sign does not change, only A and B change. So now I'm going to have in here simplify. I'm going to have in here 4 plus 3 is 7. So you can pause the video and copy everything. All right, so for the next one, I'm going to have in here, evaluate the expression when A is equal to 4 and B is still equal to 3. But now in this one, we can read this one as -2 times A and then plus B. So So negative 2 times A plus B. So if I'm going to substitute now, so see how like I copy down negative 2 and then have here parentheses, copy down plus, and then just replace again B and put it inside parentheses. So now basically in here, order of operation. Remember again, we have to do first the multiplication and then I'm going to have to add. So negative 2 times 4 is going to be negative 8 and then plus 3. So negative 8 plus 3 is going to be negative 5. So there we go. You can pause the video now and copy everything. Okay, hopefully you copied everything on this slide. Even everything that I've written down, hopefully you guys copied that one. And then now let's go on the next example. Let's have in here evaluate the expression when m is equal to 2. So I have in here m raised to the 5th power. So with that, I'm gonna have in here replace that with 2. So 2 raised to the 5th power. So now we already know this one. This is just gonna be equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And then so this one is not 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. This is just going to be 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4 again. And then times 2. And then I'm going to have in here 4 times 4 times 2. So 4 times 4 is going to be 16 times 2, which will give me, sorry about that one, 32. So sorry about that one. I did run out of space. But basically that is how it is. So hopefully that is now going to make sense of how to evaluate expression. I'll stop the video here and tomorrow we're going to have more examples. But please make sure upload your notes on the Google Classroom to get the 30 points for this Ed Puzzle video. Bye guys. Hopefully you copied everything until to this point.